Okay, good day, traders. Welcome to today's episode of my weekly Forex forecast. This is Onunako Toshugo speaking for Lazarus Capitals. Okay, without wasting our time, as you all know, I trade on the 4-hour time frame, and my trade strategy is very simple. Once I've identified the direction of the market, I want the market to pull back to my area of value. From there, I want my market participant to come in. Then I continue trading in line with the direction of the market. So we'll be starting as usual with the Bitcoin. As you can see, the Bitcoin is still in a downtrend, but at the meantime, the market is moving to the upside. As we can see, the market break out of this 200 EMA in this week that just closed. So what I will be waiting for in the coming days is a buying opportunity for the market. So for now, temporarily, I can see that the market is bullish. After breaking out from this 200 EMA, the market is pointing to the upside, even though overall I'm still bearish on the Bitcoin. But temporarily, the market is bullish. So I will be waiting for the market to pull back to a good support area. From there, I want to take the market to the upside before I look for sell entry. So as I can see that this area is a very good support area where I can buy the market from. I can see that it was acting as a resistance here. There was a fake out here, it came back, then before it now broke above. So I will be waiting for the market to pull back to this resistance that will turn to support. From there, I will buy the market. So if I take the Fibonacci of this move from this swing low to this swing high, I can see that this area lined up with my 5061.8 Fibonacci. If I say, okay, let me even take it from this area, I can see that it lined up pretty well with 61.82. So if I take from this area to this area, I can see inside this bracket. If I also say, let me take from down here, I can see. So I'm waiting for price to pull back to this zone. I'm waiting for, in the coming days, I'm waiting for price to pull back to this zone. Anywhere around this area, I'll wait for the market to come back down here. Then I'll wait for buyers to come, then I'll join them and take the market up. But meanwhile, like I told us earlier, that my bias for the Bitcoin is still bearish. Overall is bearish. I want to take advantage of this bullish move here. My overall bias for the Bitcoin is bearish. So what I'll be waiting for the Bitcoin is for price to rise into a resistance area that I'll be selling. So we're looking at two possible scenario for the Bitcoin: a sell scenario and a buy scenario, because I can see that the market is trying to rise back to this resistance area. If I take this Fibonacci from this point to this point, I can see the market is trying to rise to this resistance area. You guys know that this resistance area, if you go to the daily time frame, you can see that it's a area that is visible to the big boys. You can see, if we go to the weekly time frame, go to the line charts, you can see this area here. The market is still coming to this area. It has not gotten here. That is why you can see those build up occurring until the market gets to this point at 78 546. From there, that is where the market will begin to move to the downside. So let's go back to the 4-hour time frame. So this is that resistance area I showed us on the weekly time frame. So I'll be waiting for the Bitcoin also to rise. If the Bitcoin rise into this resistance area, from there we will look for sell entry. But I think in the coming days, what we'll be seeing first is this buy entry. After this buy entry, then when the market gets to this place, we'll exit our buy, wait for the sellers to come in, and we'll join them. But for this week, waiting for the Bitcoin to pull back down to this support area. From there, we'll wait for the buyers to come and we'll join them. So let's move over to the next pair, which is the Euro USD. So the Euro USD, you can see price I've moved to the upside. So for this week, our bias will be bullish. Now, so you can see that the price is still trading in this range. You can see this daily range here, supply area, demand area. Didn't get there. It came here, from here it came back to this demand area. From there, it's pushed to the upside. So in the coming days, I will be expecting the Euro USD to pull back to a good support area. From there, I will be looking to buy the Euro USD, even though the market is still in a range, but it has left this demand area. So I think it is coming back to this supply area. So as we all know that I am a pullback trader. Once I have seen that the market is heading into a particular direction, I wait for it to pull back. It is after pullback I begin to look for my entries. As I can see that this zone here is a good area for the market. So if I take my Fibonacci to confirm that area from this swing low to this swing high, I can see that this area is lining up clearly with my Fibonacci 61.8 will be here. Okay, to be here. Okay, so I can see from this point to this point, 61.8 is here. Even if we decide to take the Fibonacci from this area, we can see that 61.8 lined up with this place. And the Euro USD love the 61.8, love the 61.8 mark. So from here to here, you can see 61.8. If you decide to take it from down here, you can see that this place is 50. This is the zone. So we're looking at this zone here, for markets. So in the coming days, we will be expecting the Euro USD to pull back into this support area. From there, we'll wait for the buyers to come in and we'll join them to take the price back up. I think that when the Euro USD gets to this supply area, it will come back down. But meanwhile, in the coming days, we'll be waiting for the market to pull back to this support area. From there, we'll wait for the buyers to come in, so we'll join them to take price up. So let's go to the next pair, which is the gold. For the gold, what I can say for the gold is that the gold is still bearish. The gold is still, gold is still going to the downside. I saw that this is our supply area. From here the price came down, and I think we'll have another demand area at this point. From here the market rised up. So what I will be waiting for, so the market rised up, and once the price have left a demand area, is going to the supply area if it's ranging. But for the gold, if I take my Fibonacci from this area to this area, I can see that price is close to my 5061.8 area at this point. So I'm expecting the sellers to come in at this area. So two things for the gold. Inside this zone, anywhere around this zone, I'm expecting the sellers to come back in. Anywhere around this zone, I'm expecting the sellers to come back in. If I see the sellers come back in here, maybe they might not rise up. Maybe it might not even rise up. Maybe it might not even rise up and stop at somewhere around there. Whichever way, inside this zone, if we see the sellers coming, we'll join them. Then at this support area, I'm also expecting the buyers to come back at this support area. So for the gold, in the coming days, we'll be looking at two things. If price pulls back to this this support and fail to close below, and the buyers come back, we'll join them. If price move up, let me zoom out. If price move up to this area and the sellers come in at this area, we'll join them. Even if they're rising anywhere inside this zone, the sellers come in, we'll join them. And if price come down to this support area and fail to close below, and the buyers come in here, we will join them. So two scenarios for the gold that we'll be looking at. If we get a clean sell entry from this resistance area, we'll sell. If we get a clean buy entry from this support area, we will buy. Okay, so let's move to the next pair, which is the Nasdaq. So for the Nasdaq, we can see that price have broken back into the range. We thought we would be seeing a trade reversal, but last week we saw price closing back into this range. The Nasdaq have been ranging, have been in this daily range. This is the daily range. If you go to the daily time frame, you can see this is the supply, demand, supply. Price came to this area it broke below. We was thinking we'll see a trend change, but price finally broke back into this range. So in the coming days, we've seen that the Nasdaq is bullish. So what we're waiting for is for price to pull back. If we take the Fibonacci from this low to this area, you can see that let me see this area. Here. You can see that we have a good support area at this point. You can see that we have a good support area at this point where we'll be expecting. Maybe let's just take this from this leg here to this height here. Okay, so we'll take this one. We'll have cool. See, it's a good support area. If you look left, you can see price, it has been acting as a support, broke out, wait for it to come back. Now, so, in the coming days, we'll be waiting for the Nasdaq to pull back into this support area. From there, we'll wait for the buyers to come in, then we'll join them. So, for the US oil, we saw the US oil dropping, last week because of the a ceasefire agreement that the Iranian authority agreed, the Iranian government agreed to. So we saw the US oil dropping this fast. But what I think will be happening in the coming days is that I can see this is a supply area, the price drop from here, and this is a demand area, the price move up from here. So for the buyers, I will be looking at this area as my line of departure, and I'm seeing that I still have a strong support area here that the buyers may come back to take this market upward, even though that this bearish move here is very strong. Nevertheless, in the coming week, let me take the Fibonacci from this leg up here. Okay, I can see that this is my support area, and it's a very good support area. I can see it has been acting as a support, breakout, breakout, came back, support. So I'm expecting that it is likely that the buyers may come back from this support area to take the price up. But if you are buying the US oil, don't overstretch your TP, because I'm seeing that these sellers are still very strong. And I'm seeing a resistance area for here, which is a strong growth for them. Like I told us earlier, once the sellers come in this strong, if the buyers come in, the sellers will definitely fight back. So if the US oil fail to close below this support area, and the buyers step in from here and take this market up, if you catch the buy trade, do not stretch your TP too much, because these sellers that came in this strongly, they are still very much active. Whatever that come in, if the buyers come in, they might see it as a pullback to sell the markets more. So if you get a buy entry here, do not hold it for long. When it gets to somewhere around here, exit. Just take whatever the market give you and wash out, because these sellers that came in this strong, they are still active. Anywhere around here, they will come back. If I take the Fibonacci from this swing high to this swing low, I can see that this area lined up pretty well with my Fibonacci 61.8. I usually take the 50 61.8, but I'm seeing this gap here. I'm thinking that price may eventually come up and fill this gap here, and from there drop. So you can see there's a resistance area at this point. And there's a support here. So in the coming days, I'll be looking at the oil to be like, but my major trade for this oil will be the sell trade. I'm expecting that the market rise back to this area and the sellers come back, join them. Nevertheless, I'm seeing that this area is a good support area. You can see acted as a support, a resistance here, support, resistance, broke out, support, used it as a support area, went up, came back, acted as a support here. The buyers may still take this price back up from this place, because it's a strong hold for the buyers. If the price gets here and fail to close below and stop here, and the buyers can come in, I may join them here. Whatever you do here, don't exceed this area. Maybe a 1-to-1 is a good entry. You can take it. It's a clean one. You take, you exit at this place and you wait, because these sellers that sold this market, they are very much active at this point. Anywhere from here in this gap, they might come in to bring the market back down. So for the US soil, I'll be looking at two things. If I get a clean buy entry from this point, I will buy. If I don't, if the market rises back to this resistance area and I get a clean sell entry, I will sell. So guys, let's do a recap so that we can outline the trade plan. So for the US oil, let me remove this sell entry, because I think what we'll be seeing next week is the buy entry. This sell entry might be next week or upper week. So in the coming days, all we'll be looking for the Bitcoin is the buy entry. So for the Bitcoin, we're waiting for price to pull back to this support area around 69,516, between 69,516 to 69,154. Anywhere in this zone, the buyers coming will join them. TP entry will be here 69,516, stop loss will be here 68,154. Then our TP will be here at 78,655. Bitcoin entry at 69. A minute. Bitcoin entry at 69,567. Stop loss 68,128. Then TP at 78,543. For Euro USD, for the Euro USD, entry will be at 1.15933, stop loss at 1.5550, then TP will be at 1.18321. For the gold, for the sell entry will be at 48.37, stop loss can be around there at 49.29, then TP at 4,400. Then for the buy entry will be at 4,400, TP will be at 43.26. Sorry, stop loss will be at 43.39, then TP will be at 48.37. For the Nasdaq, entry will be at 24,488, stop loss below here 24,291, then TP can come back here at 25,127. For the US oil, for the buy entry first, I'm thinking because of this sell move I'm seeing here, we might be getting the buy entry first. So for the buy entry, 92,656, stop loss at 88.108, TP at 104.480. Then for the sell entry will be at 104.594, stop loss above here at 111.643, then TP at 92.656. So guys, thank you. That is my analysis for this week. Please trade carefully. Trading is a game of risk. I'll see you all next week. Take care and God bless you.